we go. No matter what happens tomorrow, growth will follow. So tonight, let's swallow.
My name is Jasmine Simone Echelon. I am one of Southern California's premier drag queens, real drag queens. I have been entertaining for 17 years. When it comes to the IE, I feel like we are some of the most talented queens in California because we have to work twice as hard to get the notoriety or the acceptance from people in West Hollywood. Before I started doing drag, I was never like interested in doing it. Like it was never anything that interests me. But I came into the gay scene by meeting a lot of drag queens. A friend of mine who I adored so much asked me to come with her one night, and she's performing somewhere in LA for the first time. But she wanted me to come and drag. And I loved and respect her that much that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just have somebody put me in drag tonight. I had to stop for like a year and a half because I got into a car accident where it took me like a year to recover. But once I was fully recovered, I jumped right back into it. I grew up where I was always told that being gay, you're gonna go to hell. But when that car accident happened, and I didn't die. You know what I mean? That to me was a snap where if he really hated gays, I'm gay as fuck. So he doesn't hate me, so I'm good. And after that, I've never stopped, and I've never let anybody deter me from anything that I want to do after that. Like drag has given me a sense of security because I know that this job is not easy. It's fun, but it's not easy. And if you do it correctly, you can really build a life from it. I got to meet my idol and the queen of my life, Janet Jackson, because of drag. My favorite thing when I do a brunch show is when people bring their children, because I was inspired as a child. My dad was a Michael Jackson impersonator, so it was not too far from drag. I just want to be able to just continue just to inspire kids, because I know when you're that young and you see something so fantastic and so beautiful that it's what you never forget it. Not a lot of fathers appreciate their drag queen son or their gay son, period. And I came from a father who, it was nothing to him, nothing. Like there was no get out of my house, there was none of that. It was, when I told him I did drag, he said, "Do you have a video?" I was like, "Yeah," and I showed it to him, and he cried, and that was all I needed. Us out here in the IE, we all love each other because coming up here, there was only here and Oasis. We really do fucking love each other. We talk a lot of shit all day long to all of us, but we do it because we know that we respect each other and we know that we're not being serious. Here it's a bit different because we, like I said earlier, we have to work twice as hard to get the notoriety that these girls get just by walking down the street. You know what I mean? Like, that's been my MO when it comes to here and everywhere else. I've only seen girls from out here do that. And we know we have to work that hard, but it's not really that. It's not hard work. We enjoy doing it. Like, we enjoy being the best that we can be.
I am Diva Dean. I am from Upland, California, where I am 31 years of age, and I have been doing drag for almost 7 years. It means to me just comfortability. I like prefer, everyone always wants me to move to LA, like all my friends when they would move out there. And I was like, I like waking up and being in like a quaint, quiet town that like drag because it fulfills me. It makes all everything that I love doing, which is hair, makeup, costuming, it like, combines everything performing and like lets me fully show a part of myself that I feel like has been hidden for like such a long time. So when I finally was able to like release that, it's been like going uphill from that. So it means the world to me because I get to fully allow people to see me for who I am. Went to school at the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising and graduated. I was working 2 jobs. I was making good money, but another year passed by that RuPaul's Drag Race came out, and every year I watch it, I'm always like, I'm gonna audition because I know how to do all that. And so another year passed by, and I felt so like blah and depressed. But then I was like, you know what? Let me figure out how to start doing drag because I haven't even started, and let me start doing it around here. I did it for a club around here known as 340, which everyone knows. It's like the beginner drag queen club, and that's when I got the bug. Drag means to me escape. It means fun. It means activism. It means art. Our show's different where we have, there's 4 of us. We all host together, which is very different. Usually there's only one host. They're all in charge of the show together. So we do group numbers. We're like, okay, well, what does the dress look like? I look at the dresses. I buy the fabric. They give me the money for their part of the fabric, and we'll make the dresses happen. We meet like once or twice because we're all busy, and we choreograph it, and then we have to just keep rehearsing by ourselves, and then we'll probably go through it together once tonight, just to make sure we have all the steps down.
Hi everyone, my name is Vivi Discoteca, and I am from Pomona, California. I started drag like while I was like still going to school and everything. Like I started at the end of my first year in college. When I decided to do drag, like just being okay with the concept of me going out and performing and doing drag, that was like around the time that I turned 18, I want to say, but I didn't start drag until like a couple months later. There's like a lot of people that inspired me. I mean, and definitely like at the time and now too, I'm a really big fan of Trinity K. Bonet, and she like is like a perfect drag queen to me. Locally, you know, I was inspired by the people that was around, so like my drag moms that I claim are Gia Ferrari and Millennia Decade. My roots are all in the IE. Like what made me me is the IE. Drag for me is kind of like the only time in my life where I get to be in the moment when I'm performing. So that's really special to me, and it's just like a really healing experience each time I perform. I do drag just to be able to express myself. Drag could take me anywhere. I mean, I feel like I'm being transported. Whenever I'm performing in general, it's like me and the venue or the club, the bar, we're all in like a different dimension, and we all get to be in that same moment together. Some performances could be a little bit more political than others, but I feel like the message at the end of the day is just to be able to self-reflect. Or at least like the whole night, the whole event. It was a long time coming, you know, I've been doing drag for almost 7 years, so, you know, being able to acknowledge like everything that I've been able to do throughout the years and just stand in that. Long term, I would love to own like my own drag space, queer space in general, and have that be a place open to the community where we do party, but then when it's not being used or it's not during like the party hours, like I open it up to organizations if they want to organize something. Yeah, so I see myself owning some sort of space for the community to gather, have a good time, but also be intentional about it. Short term, I'm just trying to be able to produce more events and maybe not be like on the forefront of all this and just take more of a producer role in that. So I had my first daughter when I was like myself, like a baby drag queen or, you know, just new. But that was probably like 3 or 4 years in. But that was like something where like she went out with me to the club and like I dressed her up a little bit, and that was like her debut, Susia. Nyaka became my daughter last year. This is like the first time we were like all able to do something together in nightlife as a house. So that was really special for us. Drag to me means just freedom of expression. Drag is like a workbench almost. You're able to work things out, whether it's emotionally or gender-wise, whatever it is. It's like drag is like the medium for you to be able to work through whatever you're going through, but also, you know, export something that's creative and something that could be healing for you as well. When I think about the IE, I just think of so much talent out there that doesn't always get recognized. So for me, the IE is just like a hidden gem, you know. There's a lot going on out there, and there's a lot of reasons why people don't like the IE, but I feel like what we miss is that there's real people out there, and there's real lives out there, there's real talent out there that isn't always acknowledged. So that's why it's like super important that, you know, I claim the IE because, you know, I want other people to feel like, you know, it's not like, I want other people to know that they don't have to go out to LA to be someone, they're already someone. You know, whenever I perform, I try to like bring everything that I am, you know, my family, my lineage, and just who brought me up. So before I go on stage, I always try to thank my ancestors that brought me here. A lot of people don't recognize drag performers as drag artists in general. We don't identify ourselves as artists. So that's something like I really like to push into people's heads, is that we're doing so much and so much goes into it. We're dealing with, you know, not even just like what we look like that conception. What are we trying to convey with how we look? Everything is so created by us. Like when it comes to performances, it's like we're picking out the music for a certain reason. It's like, what do these lyrics mean, and how are we gonna use this like convey our message or like spin our message too? But so much goes into it. It's like social media management, photography, directing. All these things are self-taught. Drag is like so DIY. You know, it's like we're always at the alleys or like the fashion district trying to find like what fabrics, trims, what rhinestones we need. There's like so much creation that goes into it. And that's like what's therapeutic for me too, is like making that all come together so that I could perform how I want to perform. And that's what got me into drag too, is because I knew I loved performing. You know, I've always been a dancer.
And if you've never been to a drag show, go to one. Go to any drag show. They are fun. You will have the best time. And just